morning, everyone. So, today I am going to talk about tarot burnout. I haven't really experienced this as I'm maybe 3 years into tarot, and it's not like I've had um, weeks actually where I feel like tarot isn't speaking to me. Usually it's maybe a day, or two, and then it'll be fine for a couple of months and stuff. And that's very normal. So I posted something on my Instagram where I was like, what do you do when you can't seem to connect with tarot? And it was nice to hear that this is pretty common and that people everywhere kind of that work with tarot have felt this at some point. Some have left for weeks, some have left for months, some have even left for years, and then they come back to it and it's okay. um, it did send me into a little bit of a panic just because I use it so much in my day-to-day meditation and it's a grounding practice for me. And I thought, oh my gosh, what do I do without that anchor, that grounding practice? And I've calmed down. This is just how I'm built, but I've calmed down and I'm like, you know what? You have other ways to work with it. And I'd like to preface by saying that when I read for other people, I still feel very connected to it. It's when I read for myself. And I realized why that is. Um, I have primarily used tarot to help in my therapeutic practice. Like, not that I am a therapist, I am a client. I am someone that seeks out therapy. But in my therapy, I have used tarot as a complementary tool to process and navigate really difficult shadow work, basically, and healing work and trauma work. And all of a sudden, which is a good thing, I find that a lot of the things that I've been working on over the last 3 years, for the most part, I've integrated quite a bit. So again, it's good, but then it's like, now how do I work with tarot for myself? And it's trying to discover a lighter side of tarot that I can use just to ground and not have it be this big, massive processing thing all the time. So for now, I've been working with some oracle and affirmation decks just to reset, and then maybe I'll come back to tarot tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe I'll come back to it in a week from now. I don't think it's going to be months from now. I think I'm just figuring out a new normal for me. But having said that, I do want to talk about the oracle decks that I've been using. So this is the From Roots to Blooms. This is the latest addition to my collection. This is by a creator called Haley. She's on YouTube and Instagram as Moonlit Mama 444. So this has been amazing for me because it's just been so helpful in terms of bite-sized messages that I can use, and working with like somatic practices. For example, it says take a deep breath, trace on the inhale, and trace down on the exhale. It's amazing. I love it. So that's the From Roots to Blooms, and I will do a reading in a bit. I'll just set that aside for now. And the other oracle deck that I have been working in tandem with the Roots and Blooms actually is the Reclaim Oracle. And I find that the palette, the neutral palette of these two decks, let me just move that there. They go really well together, I think. So I don't know, I'm really loving working with this. So what I will do, and I'll just show you how I work with this. What I will do is I will actually browse through the deck, and whatever pops out at me, I'll set aside. So hug yourself, you deserve tenderness. I'll set that aside. And just whatever resonates with me or pulls an emotion out of me or pulls like a twinge in my body, I'm like, okay, If it's out of your hands, don't keep it in your head. So set that aside as well. Moving slowly is still moving forward. Let's see what else. I will set this aside. Rain, replenish, flow, cleanse. Moon, intuition, reflection, cycles. I like that. I like this too. Do something for your inner child today. So I think that's enough for now. So I have a little, what would you call it? A short list of cards. And what I'd like to do, actually, is maybe just whittle it down to 2 or 3. So what resonates with me the most? I like this. Something about cycles, and I'm feeling like I'm in a cycle right now of needing this replenishment and cleansing. So I'll set that aside. What else? Maybe I'm not resonating with this so much or this so much. I like this. All right. So these are the 3 cards that I have chosen as the feelings that I am dealing with, the feelings that I am resonating with right now. I hope it's centered. I don't know. Not really looking into the camera, but okay. So rain, replenish, flow, cleanse, moon, intuition, reflection, cycles. And something about this. Take a deep breath, trace up on the inhale, and trace down on the exhale. That really makes me feel grounded. So then I will shuffle the reclaim. And I could do this in another order. Like I could use this as, I could go through this and purposefully pull cards that I resonate with and then intuitively shuffle or pick cards from the other oracle. But this is how I want to do it today. The reclaim is not a deck that I can riffle shuffle, so. Powerlessness under rain, okay. Validation under cycles. And success, how intriguing. Okay, then I will go to the guidebook. For powerlessness, let's see. Power without presence, not knowing I have a say in my circumstances. There is power in feeling. So immediately what resonates to me about that is I feel like I'm in a space of numbness. And I think that's why I feel so lost or disconnected, because I don't feel powerful. When I feel things, even if they're bad things, I know that I can address them. But when I feel nothing, it's scarier to me. So I am feeling pretty powerless right now. Let's go to the guidebook for rain. So there's a number, oh no, this is an elemental card, so it should be in the back. Rain. Replenish, flow, cleanse. The affirmation is healing rains wash over me, flow through me, and cleanse me, leaving my spirit refreshed and replenished. I like this idea of maybe the numbness, maybe this feeling of powerlessness is just a season of cleansing. It's a season of just clearing out the remnants of all what was left behind by the work that I've done. And if I see it that way, then maybe I can reframe how I feel in this moment. And then we go to the moon, intuition, reflection, and cycles. So for the moon, under the gentle glow of the moon, I trust my intuition, embrace the power of reflection, and gracefully flow with the natural cycles of life. I like this a lot. Also, I think I'm going to come back to this. Sometimes when I see rain, it can be really sad and really depressing. But actually, as you move, right, if you see it as a cleansing, as something that flows through you, it is a cycle that you have to go through. And as we get to validation, holding your hand through the tears without trying to stop them, holding space for everything that you are. Validation is shining a light on the shadows and reflecting our beauty. It is validation that this is normal. It is validation that this is a cycle. It is validation that this too shall pass. So there's another card that I want to pull from the oracle now that I've said that. And then take a deep breath, trace up on the inhale, trace down on the exhale. Let us look at that. It says 26, so we go to 26. Whenever you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, or uncertain, pause. Plant your feet firmly on the ground to anchor your energy and establish a sense of stability. Now take a deep breath. And it goes on to talk about that, about what you release when you exhale and what you embrace when you inhale. And then there are some questions. What situations can you benefit from grounding yourself and taking a conscious breath? Then I go to success. Success. Meeting my dream after believing long enough to make it real. Success is felt long before it happens. It's when the stars align because I made them, because I was grateful for the stars to begin with. This is intriguing because success to me is like, it doesn't come, the feeling of success doesn't come before the action. But in the guidebook, it does talk about just the belief that you will be okay. And I really love that. I think this is a great affirmation for me to sit in the liminal and to just sort of, embrace that this is a cycle that I'm going through. There's nothing wrong with it. This is the card that I was looking for. I think I will close the reading with that. Now is not forever. So 27. Oh, okay, perfect. The present moment is transient and ever-changing. The dynamic nature of existence tells us that whatever we are experiencing right now, whether joy or hardship, will inevitably shift, evolve, or end. In times of difficulty, don't forget that your current circumstances are not permanent. Similarly, during times of bliss, don't forget that life is ephemeral. Remain cognizant that nothing endures. Remaining cognizant that nothing endures helps us remember to savor every moment more fully. Questions would be, how do you currently perceive the present moment? In what ways are you grateful that now is not forever? In what ways are you challenged that now is not forever? Deep thoughts. And I will reflect on them in private. But this is a validation. This is an encouragement to keep going. And if you're facing tarot burnout, then this is for you too. Thank you for joining me. And as always, take care. Bye.